IBF welterweight world champion Kell Brook says that he would actually like another fight with Gennady Golovkin sometime down the line. He'd like to gain revenge over the man. Now we know Brook is preparing himself to fight his mandatory challenger, Errol Spence, but he's clearly in battle mode here. His pride is pumped up, he's ready for war, and in his mind he's trying to take down all challengers, including gaining revenge one day against Triple G. I'm going to quote Kell Brook directly here. He says, "Absolutely I would. I would love to get back in there with him. I would probably like to fight the weight above welterweight and maybe 2 fights and then fight him instead of the big step up in class and higher weight division. But I would love one day to get back in there with Triple G and have another tear up with him." So those are the words of Kell Brook. He also goes on to talk about how he's been making weight for this Errol Spence fight in a couple of weeks' time. He says, "It's been very, very tough because I moved to middleweight and then I had time off, so my weight went even higher. It's been gradual, but we have got there. Every day is tough and we take one day at a time. But I'm sat here now and I'm on target. I'm hitting my targets, so I'm happy." Those are the words of IBF welterweight world champion Kell Brook. Do you admire the fact that he's looking for revenge against Triple G? I mean, he did kind of say, look, I wouldn't want a Triple G rematch right away. It would be a case of me moving up in weight and gradually acclimatizing to the weight below middleweight and maybe eventually moving up to middleweight to fight Triple G if Triple G is still there. Do you admire the fact that he wants revenge? Is he just talking for the sake of talking, doesn't really mean any of it, or doesn't really see it as realistic? Or do you think this is genuinely one of his goals? Are any of you out there actually interested in seeing a future rematch between Kell Brook and Triple G? I mean, it all depends on how both of their careers pan out. And you never know. Strange things happen in boxing. I wouldn't totally discount the idea of a Kell Brook Triple G rematch happening somewhere down the line. Imagine they're both in their 40s or something, like Bernard Hopkins and Roy Jones. Not to say these two are as good or not as good as those fighters. All right, so let's not go down that road. I'm just saying they could end up at the end of their careers both washed up fighting a rematch. Stuff like that does happen. So let me know what you think about everything I quoted here in this video. It's happening. I'm out.